Welcome back to Portuguese Path. CIPLE A2 and Beyond, powered by Prep2Go.study.
It's good to be back. And today, I think we're tackling the big one.
Oh, the big one. The one that, just looking at our listener feedback, seems to be the source of all nightmares. We are talking about the speaking section.
The Portuguese Interação Oral, yeah.
Right. The part where you have to, actually talk to a human. And I've got to say, I've been digging through all the source material on this, exam reports, official guidelines, you name it, and my palms are still sweating just thinking about it.
That is a completely normal reaction.
I can sit and do a grammar test all day. No one sees me panic. But sitting in front of a real person whose job it is to, judge my sentences, that feels different.
It does. It's the most intimidating part for almost everyone.
Yeah.
But you probably noticed something in all that research about the timing.
Yeah, that jumped out at me immediately. It's so short.
It's the shortest part of the whole exam.
We're talking, 15 minutes?
10 to 15, yeah. Usually closer to 12, actually. And that little chunk of time is 25% of your final grade.
That is a very high stakes to minutes ratio. Okay, so mission for this deep dive is clear. Demystify those 15 minutes.
Exactly.
I want to break down what happens minute by minute so there are no surprises. And I think the main takeaway from what I'm reading is that we're all, overthinking it.
You are. Spot on. The biggest secret is you do not need to be a poet. You just need to be functional.
Functional. I like that word. Okay, let's start with logistics, because there's a detail in the guidelines that I think most people miss. You're not alone in there, are you?
No, almost never. The oral exam is almost always done in pairs.
So you have a battle buddy.
You have a partner, yes. Another candidate. And you don't just have one examiner, you have two.
Two examiners and another student. Wow, that's a crowded room.
It sounds like it, but it's actually designed to help. One examiner is the one who talks to you, the interlocutor. And the other one, the assessor, they just sit back and take notes. They don't say a word.
See, that's the one that would freak me out, the silent note taker.
I know, but they're just there to grade fairly. The key thing here is the paradynamic. You're not giving a speech, you're showing you can interact.
Right, oral interaction.
Yeah.
And the official A2 definition, it uses phrases like predictable, everyday situations.
Exactly. It's about survival.
So we're not debating Portuguese economic policy.
No. We're talking about, can you buy bread? Can you introduce yourself? Can you ask for directions? That's it. It's not philosophy.
Okay. Survival mode. Let's break down the structure then. It looks like 3 parts. Part I is the warm-up, right? The identification.
Correct. And think of these as the easy wins. The examiner just asks you direct questions. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
This sounds like the elevator pitch everyone practices in the mirror.
It is. And the topic is you, so you can't really get it wrong. But there is a strategy here. Don't just give one-word answers.
Right. I saw a note on that. It makes you sound, a big grumpy.
It does. So if the examiner asks, where do you live? Don't just say Lisbon.
What should you say?
Say, I live in Lisbon near the river. Or, I live in Lisbon in the Alfama district. It shows you can build a whole sentence. You're using prepositions. It's just more language.
So subject, verb, object is your best friend.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You understand the question. You give a relevant, coherent answer. It just sets a good tone.
Okay. Survive the intro. My heart rate is coming down. Now, part 2. This feels like where it gets real. The role play.
The simulation, yep. This is where the focus shifts from you talking to the examiner to you talking to your partner.
And the scenarios are things like ordering at a cafe, buying a train ticket.
All those everyday situations, yes. The examiner hands you both a prompt card. It might say, you're at a cafe. Candidate A, you're the customer. Candidate B, you're the waiter.
Okay, now here's the big fear I see on all the forums. What if my partner is terrible? What if they just freeze and say nothing?
It's a very common fear. But the examiners, they're trained to grade you as an individual. If your partner freezes, it's actually an opportunity for you to shine.
How is that an opportunity? It just sounds awkward.
It is awkward, but you can show that you know how to keep a conversation going. You can turn to them and ask, what do you think? Or do you agree?
So I'm kind of rescuing the conversation.
Exactly. And by doing that, you're showing the examiner, look at me, I'm trying to interact. You get major points for that.
Okay, what about the opposite? What if my partner is a steamroller and just won't stop talking?
Then you have to politely interrupt. That's a skill too. You can't just shout.
Right.
But you can use a phrase like, desculpe, mas eu penso que, which is, sorry, but I think that. Or even just a simple, posso falar.
Posso falar. Can I speak? I like that. It's direct.
You have to claim your time. The examiners will step in if it gets really bad, but showing you can navigate that is a great skill.
Got it. Be a conversationalist, not a doormat.
That's the goal.
Okay, so we've had our fake coffee. Now part 3. My notes say this is usually about current events or images.
It's the final phase, yes. Usually they'll show you a sheet with some pictures or maybe a few topics to spark a discussion.
Let's talk about the pictures, because describe a photo sounds simple, but I feel like there's a trap.
The trap is overthinking it. At A2, you describe what you literally see, concrete things. There's a man in the park. The sun is shining. They are eating.
You're not supposed to speculate like, the man looks sad because he's thinking about his lost dog.
No, save that for the C1 exam. Stick to the facts. What's super useful here is spatial vocabulary.
Oh, like on the right, on the left?
Exactly. A direita, a esquerda, no meio for in the middle. Using those words gives your descriptions structure. You're painting a clear picture.
I also saw an example from a test taker's blog post, a guy named Jim Rinaldo. He didn't get a photo. He had to make a choice.
Yes, that's the other common format for part 3. He and his partner got a sheet with vacation options. I think it was camping, a cruise, and a hotel.
And they had to discuss which they preferred.
And why. And this is where people freeze, thinking they need some profound reason.
Yeah, my brain would go straight to, well, the cruise industry has a significant carbon footprint.
No, stop. It's not a debate. You don't have to win. You just have to state a preference. A perfect A2 sentence is, I prefer camping because I like nature.
That's it. I like nature.
That's a full marks answer. It's correct. It answers the question. It gives a reason. Or even, I prefer the hotel because I like to sleep in a bed. Simple.
Simple opinion, simple reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the elephant in the room, grammar.
The internal editor.
Yes. The little voice that screams every time I use the wrong gender or mess up a verb. I mean, this is a grammar exam, right?
The written part is. The speaking part is a communication exam. The official guidelines use one word, intelligibility.
Can they understand you?
Yes. If you say o casa instead of a casa, is it wrong? Yes. Will you fail? Absolutely not. Everyone knows exactly what you mean. It doesn't break communication.
That is a massive relief. So I shouldn't stop and apologize for 10 seconds.
Please don't. Just keep going. They want to see 3 things. Basic vocabulary. Can you mostly tell the difference between past and future? And a willingness to communicate.
Willingness to communicate. That sounds like you get points for trying.
You do. If you forget the word for umbrella, a student who says the thing for the rain will score higher than the student who just stays silent. MacGyver your way through it.
I love that. But there is one big grammar rule, right? This is strictly European Portuguese.
Correct. This is a CIPLE exam for Portugal. You have to use the European structures.
And the big one is the continuous tense, I am speaking.
It is. In Brazilian Portuguese, you use the gerund, so estou falando. In Portugal, in this exam, you must not use that.
So what's the correct way?
You use the structure estou a plus the infinitive. So estou a falar.
Estou a falar.
Estou a comer. I am eating. Estou a pensar. I am thinking. Using falando is a huge red flag that you learned the wrong variant for this exam.
Okay, that's a very specific tactical piece of advice. Estou a falar. Got it.
Good.
You know, hearing all this, the structure, the low bar for winning an argument, it really helps. Anxiety comes from the unknown, right?
Familiarity kills fear.
Honestly, I was terrified of speaking until I started practicing with the speaking simulators on Prep2Go.study. Once I knew the exact format, it stopped feeling scary.
That's it, exactly. When you know the format, you can stop worrying about what's going to happen and just focus on how to respond.
Okay, so we've covered the do's. What about the don'ts? The examiner reports must mention some common mistakes.
Oh, yes. There are 3 classic ways candidates sabotage themselves. I call them the freeze, the mental translator, and the robot.
Ooh, okay. Profile these villains for me. Who is the freeze?
The freeze is the person who doesn't understand something or forgets a word and just stops. Dead silence. Staring.
And silence is death in a speaking exam.
It is, but the cure is so simple. Just ask, "Pode repetir, por favor?" Can you repeat, please?
And that doesn't lose you points.
Not at all. It's interaction. Native speakers ask for clarification all the time. It shows you're engaged.
Right. Okay, villain number 2. The mental translator. I think this is my personal nemesis.
It's common. You form a beautiful, complex sentence in English in your head, and then you try to translate it word for word.
And you get stuck on some fancy word like purchase or depart.
Precisely. And you hesitate, you stumble, you need to downgrade your thoughts to match your Portuguese toolbox.
So instead of, I would like to purchase a ticket for the express train that departs at noon.
You say, quero Bilhete para o comboio das dos. I want a ticket for the 12 o'clock train.
Simple, direct, it works.
It gets you on the train. Be humble with your thoughts so you can be confident with your words.
That's fantastic advice. And the last villain, the robot.
The robot has memorized long speeches. They have a whole essay ready to go about Portuguese history or their favorite food.
That sounds prepared, though.
It's over-prepared, because if the examiner asks, what did you do this weekend, and you launch into your memorized speech about Vasco da Gama,
It shows you weren't listening.
exactly, it doesn't answer the question. It sounds unnatural. Be present. Listen to the actual question, not the one you wish they'd asked.
So don't bring a script to a conversation.
Please don't.
You know, when you put all this together, it actually sounds doable.
It is absolutely doable.
It's just 15 minutes of proving you can function in Portugal.
That's the bar. I like to tell people to flip their perspective. Don't see the exam as a gatekeeper trying to keep you out.
Okay.
See it as the country asking, are you ready to join the conversation? It's an invitation.
An invitation. I like that.
They want you to pass. They want you to be able to go to the market. So treat the examiner like a friendly neighbor you meet, not a judge.
That is a much, much better way to think about it.
I'm glad.
Okay, I think I'm going to go practice describing my furniture.
Oh, so fast.
Estás oscura.
Perfect.
This has been incredibly helpful. Thank you. It really turns the monster into something manageable.
Anything?
And for everyone listening, just remember, it's a conversation. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you keep talking.
Speaking isn't about being perfect. It's about being understood. Practice it properly at prep2go.study. Ciao.